Have you set up your financial life so that you're hauling water buckets to the garden every single day? Or do you set up your finances so that instead you're taking a sprinkler system into the garden and leaving it there just one time? Hi, I'm Keith Weinhold, host of the Get Rich Education podcast, and I also serve on the Forbes Real Estate Council. At your day job, you are trading your time for dollars. You are probably selling your time for money. So then you're also hauling water buckets to the garden every single day. It taxes your shoulders and trapezius. It strains your forearms. Well, there is a way out of that grind. What I did years ago, when I was done with my day job during the day, hauling those water buckets, is I took a little piece of time at the end of my day and began building a sprinkler system. That began when I bought my first ever rental property, a fourplex building for $295,000 with a small down payment. I lived in one unit and I rented out the other 3. Now I had some passive income, 3 rent incomes. So I had established the sprinkler system that flowed by itself without my involvement, but still 3 rent incomes wasn't very much running through the sprinkler system, but that helped me increase my income so I could buy more property and put more flow through the sprinkler system. And I needed to learn about things like lease contracts and basic maintenance. But soon I was able to buy enough property with more tenant income, and the trickle became a steady flow so that I could afford to hire a property manager, or if you will, a sprinkler maintenance person. So rather than taking on more hours at work and hauling more water buckets, I began buying more income producing properties, adding to the sprinkler system flow. I ran more and more water through my automated sprinkler system until finally the flow was great enough that I didn't have to haul any water buckets at all over and over and over again. At the day job, I quit my day job. The sprinkler system water was my flow of passive income from rental property. It flows with almost none of my own involvement. I put the buckets away years ago. I'll never need to haul water by hand anymore. Most people haul water buckets nearly every day of their 20s and their 30s and their 40s and their 50s and their 60s, and some people even into their 80s. Replace that active income with passive income. I am free to go live my life. Now, once in a while, the sprinkler system might spring a little leak, and I need to step in for a sliver of time here or there and really just make a small decision remotely, typically just with an email reply to my property manager. Even then, the manager is the one out turning the wrench or patching the hole in the hot sun. Are you hauling water buckets by hand every day? Or did you build a sprinkler system once and start relying on a smart, sustainable, historically proven system? I mean, really, what do you think the work smarter and not harder way is? Which do you think is the more scalable way? If you set up a high volume sprinkler system, you can still haul water buckets by hand if you want to, but you know what? It's nice to have the option of not having to do it. And what would you rather have? A life of options or a life of obligations? It's your choice. You can haul water buckets to the garden, or you can set up a sprinkler system in the garden once. But any smart person also reads an instruction manual on how to set up a sustainable sprinkler system before doing it. So if you like wealth building ideas like this, you can listen to my Get Rich Education podcast with new shows every week. If you don't know how to listen to podcasts, grab the Get Rich Education listener app. I look forward to building your wealth free with the Get Rich Education podcast and app. If you would rather read, grab my free ebook. It's called 7 Money Myths That Are Killing Your Wealth Potential, and it dispels myths like home equity has a rate of return. It actually doesn't. And thinking that getting your money to work for you will build wealth, and why that actually won't, and how real estate is the ethical way to get other people's money working for you. That's how wealth is created. Again, grab the free wealth building ebook at getricheducation.com/book.
71% of Americans aren't saving enough for retirement. It's going to get worse as people live longer, and you need to start thinking differently. But you can't lose your time. Real estate is the investment vehicle that's made more ordinary people wealthy than anything else. Keith Weinhold of Get Rich Education is host of one of America's top investing shows, Disrupting Wall Street. He's an international best-selling author and has been an active income property investor since 2002. He has created thousands in passive monthly income for countless followers, and now he has a free book, The 7 Principles for Creating Wealth in Your Life. Get your copy now at getricheducation.com/book. That's getricheducation.com/book. Because invest in what produces income for you now and later. Keith Weinhold is your guy. Sign up now at getricheducation.com/book.